Hey there, my name is Sam Kendricks. I'm the 2017 World Outdoor Champion in the men's pole vault, and I'm here today to show you a little bit about the event and how to do it. Now, I have with us three props to illustrate the three really important parts of the pole vault because it's a really complicated event. This is a tape measure, and I'm going to use this to show you how we do our run-up in the event, just like a long jumper. Next, we're going to use this bungee as I walk you through how the whole standard system works and whatnot, and how we make these adjustments on the fly. And last, and hopefully not most complicated, we have the pole. And it's near and dear to every pole vaulter's heart is how these poles interact with us. So let's get started. Right, the first part of the vault is the run, and arguably the most important any vaulter has to accomplish every day. We use something like a tape measure to measure each individual step that is going to lead us up to a successful vault. The most important aspect of our event is speed, so the faster athlete is always going to have an advantage right off the bat. Now, the run can be affected by many things. The condition of the track, the conditions of the wind, or even the conditions of the crowd when your adrenaline is pumping and you're running faster than you do in training. So we have to take all these things into account when determining our best run-up to give us the best chance of success when it comes to clearing that high bar. All right. So every pole vaulter has to use the same runway, but we use it in different ways. This tape measure shows us exactly where we need to step on the runway, and it becomes a math problem how to get us in the air. Every pole vaulter's numbers are different, and during each competition, this tape measure is laid on the ground and stretched out so that we can all make adjustments on the fly. One of the most crucial parts of our event is the jump itself, and many details go into this, and every vaulter does it differently. Now, an important piece of equipment is the bungee or bar. We use this to illustrate the obstacle above us that we're aiming for every jump. Now, these uprights move forward and back, and then put the bar, when it's up in competition, in different places. Now, I want you to watch for this in the next competition you watch. If a vaulter then falls on top of the bar and springs it loose, he might make one or two adjustments. He might go to a stiffer pole, or he might just simply move the standards closer out of his way and try to do it the same way. Now, we are constantly balancing the risks and the advantages of every decision we make in the pole vault. So if you hear a number being shouted over the live stream like 50 centimeters or 80 centimeters, that is actually the direction that the standard is moving, so that I can place the bar what is best for me. Near and dear to every pole vaulter's heart are their collection of vaulting poles. You can think of them like golfing clubs. Now, each pole is different and they do a different job. And if you can look at these numbers at the top, they all illustrate something different for every pole vaulter. Whether it be the length or the stiffness, every pole vaulter is going to jump differently because of it. Now, this is a plant box, and we use this pole while running down the runway to stop the pole from moving so that we can translate our momentum into the pole and rise above it to clear an obstacle. Right, so I'm going to walk you through the really complicated movement of the vault, where it starts and then where it finishes. Every vaulter is going to start with the pole held in his hands like this. They carry it this way because it's lighter. As we run down the runway and pick up speed, every vaulter is focusing on how he's going to plant this pole in the box. As we rise around, we plant the pole in the box, translating all of that run energy into the pole itself, bending it in many cases, and rising upward. But you have to make sure to keep this pole moving forward, else you land somewhere else that's not the nice soft landing zone over there. All right, so I'm going to explain the crucial rules of the event so you can wrap your head around what you're seeing. Every vaulter at the beginning of the competition has 1 minute when the time clock starts to when he has to clear that bar. So we all have to make our adjustments in between. Every jumper gets 3 attempts to clear a bar. Now, it gets interesting when a vaulter may miss and another vaulter may clear the bar, and it comes down to a decision. Does a vaulter then take his remaining 2 attempts to the next bar or continue to jump so he can get back those 3 full attempts? You have 3 attempts to make a bar, remember that. If you miss 3 in a row, you're out at whatever height, and the bar never comes down, it only gets higher.